You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the Only One Media Group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dinny Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
Yo, what is going on? And welcome to another awesome episode of Vigilantes Radio. I'm your host, dini-mussolini. We have a very special guest for tonight's episode, so you definitely want to stick around for that. Right now, there are over 32,000 of you guys in our chat room, on the phone lines, Google Hangouts, Skype, the browser, all the plugins that we use to run these episodes. You guys are filling them up, and I appreciate that greatly. So, see success. You have to see it, in order to obtain it. Those who achieve success are those who can see success and who act on what they see. There is success in a cold, dreary day for the person who can see the need for overcoats and firewood and then supply them to people who want to stay warm. There is success in an irate customer or an irate customer for the person who can see the cause of the problem and solve it. There is success in disaster for the person who can see the way to rebuild and to learn from past mistakes. Success is everywhere for the making. If only you can see it, in every situation is the seed for success. Successful people don't wait for the situation to improve, and they don't complain about it. They simply take action to improve the situation. Success, achievement, and greatness come from the belief in and the commitment to improving the world around you. When you set out looking for ways to make the world a better place, what you find is success. Take that from me, Dini Mussolini. That is my word, and word is bond.
You're live in the mix. Let's get this started.
Yo, hello, and welcome to another awesome episode of Inside the Music, or the book, or film, or even the business, where we dive into the minds of the people who create these marvelous things. It feels so good to be back with you guys once again. Big ups to my folks who are indigos, crystalline, or the starseeds, for my Vigilantes audience family, for my hooligans, and shout out to my people who are vegetarian or vegans. If you're in the struggle like me, we are averaging over 37,000 live listeners, and we've been at this for 5 solid years. I appreciate to all you guys who've been rocking with the kid on this journey, and we are still evolving, baby. It is all because of you, most definitely. We are the people who have dedicated their lives to music, spirituality, business, literature, art, films, and research in every aspect. And we want to allow you an opportunity to tell your story. Man, we've had celebrities on our show, from Grammy Award-winning artists, nominees, to actors, comedians, CEOs, technology revolutionaries, visual artists, from authors to professors, and vampires. Or people who think they're vampires. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. Come on our show and talk to me. So check it out to book your interview or to appear on my other show called Skeptics. Email me at vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com, and that's V as in Victor. We hope to get the stories behind these unique people and give them a chance to tell their truth to us and the universe. That is Vigilantes Radio sole purpose. You know the number to dial, 701-801-9813. Share that number with your buddy right now and tell them to tune in to connect with us or our guests, or you can hop in the mix directly from our website, which is onlyonemediagroup.com. Right from the homepage, you can slap that go live button and you'll be here live in the mix and in the chat room with all of us. So feel free to shoot over some questions to ask our guests while they are here, but only as time permits. Sometimes my guests and I talk entirely too much. And as always, all episodes are available for free download, and you can grab them from either Spreaker.com/only1mediagroup, iTunes, Player.fm, YouTube, any app from the Google Play or iTunes Store, or over at our website. And that goes for every single episode that we've ever aired.
All right, guys. Well, today's interview is the Durt Boi Interview, and again, I'm your host, dini-mussolini. This evening, we can chat about anything from what's the music all about to how to be organized working in the industry and censorship, which there is a lot going on there. But I'll stop here. Otherwise, I'll risk writing another paragraph and talking about this fantastic songwriter. But let me say this clearly. If you don't make it to the end of this interview, you are doing yourself a disservice. There will be a lot of amazing questions and things to say, but towards the end of this podcast, we really want to drive home the point and speaking about how the art and music should drive you to want the best for yourself each and every day, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing. You see, there I go. I'm going to shut up now. Well, I actually can't shut up, or the interview can't go on. Right? But let's take a second or two and welcome Durt Boi to our show. Hey, man, you're now live in the midst with all of us. How's it going?
Hey, what's happening, man? Everything good, bro. Blessed, you know?
Definitely, man. Today's what, the 24th? 24 days into 2019. I haven't got started on any goals or achievements, but everything's been great, man. How about you?
Oh, man, like I said, bro, just blessed, man. You know, I'm getting off the starting the year off on the right foot. Like everything falling in place, man, and you know, I'm off to the races, bro. So, yeah.
And you're in Memphis, Tennessee, right?
Yeah, Memphis, man. Memphis, Tennessee. Tennessee, as they say.
Yeah, man, that's becoming like my third home. I've been there each week since December, and I really love spending time in Memphis, man.
Okay, that's what's up. You got family or something out here, bro?
Nah, man, just business. Just doing business.
Okay. Well, that's always a good thing, you know.
Yeah. Seems like each week I leave a piece of my soul there. I don't know, man. I may move there. Who knows? Yeah,
man. You know, Memphis is a good place to be, man. If you get connected, you know what I mean. And,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely a good location. Yeah, man.
You've been there all your life?
Yeah, off and on, man. All my life, but pretty much. I've been all over, but you know, Memphis is my. I was pretty much born and raised there, with the exception of a couple of years, you know, here and there. You know, family. I moved with family. I moved away with family and stuff. But yeah, this is my hometown, man. Born and raised, like, you know, it's home, baby. It's my roots.
Definitely. All right, so tons of questions to come at you, man. I want to say thanks again, you know, for taking the time to talk with us before we even get started. So I read about you in the past week while right now I'm in Alabama right now, Pelham, which I've never been here before, but it's a sweet little town.
Hey, what is it called, Pelham?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been through Alabama quite a bit. I never been to Pelham though. Like, is that like South Alabama, North, East, West? Like,
I think it's east of Birmingham.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like an upscale part of town too, man. It's like the whole city is sitting inside of a hill or a mountain. Like everything is bricked. So yeah, man, a bunch of luxurious cars around. Like, whoa.
Yeah, that's sound like the place to be.
Yeah, well, it's not too many black faces, so.
Yeah.
You know,
that puts a twist on
funny.
it.
Yeah, it's really kind of funny, but we.
Yeah, right.
We just gonna keep our head down and stay out the way.
Right. And get from point A to point B, baby, in one piece.
Yeah, man. But from your own words, my brother, what is the music of Durt Boi all about?
Man, that's a good question. I get that question quite a bit, and it's really, the name Durt Boi, it just comes from like, it's a southern thing, but it also just coming from the bottom,
right.
Coming from the dirt, and really, everything pretty much, it come from the dirt in order to grow. So that's pretty much, what Durt Boi mean and what it represent, So, yeah.
Do people judge you first by your name rather than your music?
I would say yeah, from time to time, depending on who it is. I do get that because they just think, like I say, they don't really understand what exactly what it means, and until they get to know me or until I tell them, until I'm able to tell them. So yeah, I get that from time to time. But when they get to see who I am and what I'm all about, it changes their perception. A lot of times.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm from the South as well. I'm from Mississippi, about 3 hours from Memphis. So when I seen the name Durt Boi, I kind of felt like, okay, this is gonna be some real music, because I understand the concept of, the dirt, the bottom, the mud, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Was I accurate? Yeah. Was I accurate?
Man, you so on point. Like real music. Yeah, real music, man, and that's why I do it from. Like I said, I do it from the bottom, from a soulful place, from just within, man, and it I think that's why people gravitate towards my music a lot, for that, because you can't really just get that anywhere, especially nowadays, people they're not really doing it, man. Like, it's, a lot of people just giving you the party scene, but I think that's what's different about me. Like, I can give you that party scene, but I also want you to, get to know me as an artist and know where I come from, and how I got to where I am today. So,
definitely, man. From the outside looking in, I can assume that in this entertainment industry that you do a lot. But how do you find the time to do it all?
Man, that's another good question. And to be honest, man, like it feel like sometimes it ain't enough hours in a day. You be wanting one or two more, to make some shit, bring everything together. But right. Man, one thing I just learned about it is time is the most valuable thing you get, man, and you just gotta take advantage of it when you got it, and just make the most of it. It's like that right there alone. Once you start to focus on that, on your time, and just utilize the time that you got within that day to get the most out of it, like stuff started to really come together and move forward, and that's something I learned over time, man. It took me a while to get to that point, but once I did, like I said, my shit just started to grow like never before. So.
Right. Man, let me get your opinion on social media, man, like the marketing aspect. Because it seems like the way you have to be engaged, involved, takes away from creativity sometimes, because, you may want to be in the studio writing, but your persona may be just as big as your music. At least that's the way that, the industry is set up now, that your personality has to be on point. Has to be a selling point, part of the package. Is that currently your focus as well, or are you trying to shift into that lane?
It's still like one of them things where, like, honestly, I had to get used to it. You feel me? Like, I've always been kind of like one of them people that's been, private, do my own thing, low key, out the way. But when it's time for me to, to turn up or whatever the case may be, I've been able to do that. But like I said, I've been more private than anything. But like you said, with where social media is and the internet and everything, it's like, you feel me? You gotta be You know what I'm saying? You got to be involved with it, or you know what I mean, or people won't, you know, they won't, you know what I'm saying, they won't be looking for you. You know what I'm saying? So if you want people to stay in tune with you and what you got going on, you pretty much got to be a part of the social media world. It ain't even like no way around it, man. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, I done tried, but you got to be in the loop of what's going on. So what I had to do is I had to really, you feel me, like get comfortable with it and understand that, you know, it's just one of the things where I ain't got to put all my shit out there, what I got going on. Just, you know what I'm saying? Just fuck with my fans, you know, for lack of a better word. Show them love and it all come back tenfold, man. So, you know, but it definitely was an adjustment. You know what I'm saying? It definitely was an adjustment.
Yeah. Especially when you're building, when you're working on your fan base. I remember back in the early days, I stayed on the internet, like tweeting, Facebook, even doing videos sometimes, like conversations, where I would just, you know, talk to people. But now that, you know, we've grown the show so much, it's like 37,000 live listeners on a consistent base. I'm not on social media a lot. I rarely post. And when I do post, I seem to get, you know, more attention than when I used to just post all the time. I was like, well, that kind of, you know, changed, you know, where if you post regularly, you get a lot of traction. But, you know, I guess for me now that I scale back a whole lot, I'm just a private person now. I don't feel like it's necessary to do that anymore. Do you think that would change for you to where you may have to be more involved in social media as you're growing? Because I assume that, you know, you're building your brand and you're releasing new music. People want to see your face. They want to see you at the concerts. They want to see you on live or whatever they're doing now. How will you be able to factor all that in and still apply the focus to the right thing that you're doing?
It's just one of them things where, you know, it's like trial and error. You know, I try to balance it out, man. Like I know it's no getting around. It's not no getting around not having social media. You know, part of what I do, man. Especially like I said, I want to grow my fans and everything like that. So I definitely gotta let them in. You know, let them see what I got going on. So I try to balance it out, man, and just come up with little, you know, cool little ways to do that. Like right now, I'm live right now as I'm talking to you, my man. I'm you know what I'm saying? Like I know, you know what I'm saying, they want to see what I got going on and be in tune. And live right now is one of the ways I'm able to do that. So, you know, so much has changed with this social media shit, man, over the years. I'm sure you know that. And you know, you just gotta be in tune with it, man, or you'll miss some opportunity.
Right.
And you know, miss a potential fan and all that. So you know, and it's all about, you know, bringing the fans closer, in any way that you can. So it's a balancing act, man. Like I said, I ain't the biggest social media fan, but I done got to a point now where like I'm like, okay, fuck it, you know. So if I got to do it, let me have fun with it, you know. Let me do it my way and get creative with it. So, yeah. So, yep.
So in media and even being a independent journalist, I still find myself censoring myself. I mean, I have no boss, no producer, no dude who's going to pull the plug or shut my mic off because I said something the wrong way. These are, you know, my views, my opinions. But also know that there are a lot of sensitive people in today's America. I don't know why everybody is so sensitive. You can't say anything without offending anyone. And I find myself walking on eggshells. I mean, you had Cardi B saying something about flu, you know, because she wore a blue dress, but she called it flu. And you had a few Crips in Cali offended. Like, when did gang members become offended? What kind of, you know? I'm not siding with Cardi B, but the whole concept of like, ain't this what it's about? Don't you supposed to, you know, ain't this the language? But I don't know. I'm on the outside looking in. And then you get, you say something like Cam Newton, who said something about the female reporter. Like, oh, you know, when females talk football, I don't know. He said in a joking way, but he was really turned on because it was a female talking about football. And she
I remember that.
Offended about and then you had all these feminist movement trying to, all this masculinity, and dang, okay, we can't say nothing about females. All right, so then you call somebody a faggot, and you got all these gay rights and all these LGTB, LOPs, whatever, coming at you about, you being, whatever they call that. Then you may get hit with a defamation lawsuit. So it's like, dang, I can't say nothing about religion, color, sexuality. I can't stand for nothing. How do you feel about censorship, bro?
A lot has changed with censorship right now. Pretty much as you were saying, it's a lot of stuff you used to be able to get away with, back in the day that you can't say right now because, like I said, everybody's so fucking sensitive. And, I mean, the First Amendment right is, the freedom of speech. So, what I'm saying? I live by it, and I'm Durt Boi, so I'm gonna say what the fuck I want. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm gonna keep certain things in mind. You feel me when I'm saying it? But if I feel like if somebody can get out my chest, man, I'm gonna say that shit, and I'm gonna be able to back up why I feel the way I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just, I'm gonna say what I gotta say, and you know what I'm saying? In certain situations, I might feel like, okay, maybe I need to explain myself a little better, but it's gonna be times where I feel like, man, I said what I had to say, and that's dead on it. So you take it how you want to take it. But I'm just one of the type of people that I don't put nothing out there that, so I really try not to. That I don't try to offend nobody. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't walk around they looking like, man, I want to offend this motherfucker. I want to get this, this person going or riled up about this, that, and the other. Like, I don't operate like that. But I do say how I feel about something. If you ask me something, I'm going to tell you. You know what I'm saying? Don't fucking ask me if you don't want to know, That's what I am. So, some things better left unsaid, but, I'm a passionate person. So if I feel like somebody need to get out my chest and say it, I'm going to say it, man. And, like I said, that my freedom of speech bag set up, that I can say what the fuck I want to say, And, like I said, I ain't out to offend nobody, so I don't even, I don't trip too much out of that.
All right, Durt Boi. So when you're the new T.I., when you have that status, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna ask you the same question. I'm gonna say, how you feel about censorship when you got so many endorsements, so many fans that you can lose? You the same question.
I know, right?
At that point, it changes, right? Because it has something to do with money. Is the living important, or is your beliefs important?
My beliefs is important, man. Like, I'm just the type of person, like, anybody that know me, that I'm not gonna sign up for just anything. So when this how I am. So like, if you want Durt Boi, you gonna get Durt Boi. Now I take that. Let me slow down before I get going too fast. But I like I said, I'm also the type of person, like I say, I'm already mindful of what I put out there. You see what I'm saying? So if you can't accept me as who I am and as a person, like I said, that is gonna speak his opinion, tell you his beliefs, and and still and mindful at the same time, then you don't want Durt Boi. So that's just how I feel about it. So I mean, so I tell all the companies that want to do business. What you say, my boy?
I said, I think the real one's gonna stick with you.
Man, I sure hope so, because that's what I want to deal with.
Right, definitely. So, man, let's talk about your past, your startup, your come up. How did it all start for you to become an artist?
I guess. Well, it's one of the things where I always loved music since day one. My mom, she used to play music around the house like a lot of people moms, but at the same time, I think mine what kind of helped propel me too was like my pops. He was, he was doing the thing where he was trying to get into music itself. Like, he was trying to help artists out, help develop artists, and And, he had a studio in the house and everything like that. So
nice.
I was like, I was around like just instruments in the studio and things like that. So I used to go in the studio. I used to sneak in the studio, and I would pick up the instruments and just play with them. And I was just so fascinated by that shit. Like, I don't know, man. It was like it just like it started right there. And then with my pops kind of being on the entertainment scene, doing the whole club thing and bringing a lot of big time artists and acts through his club. It was just kind of known around the city. Like, he was that guy for that. And then even as a little boy, like I said, my daddy he had so much pull around the city that he would bring these acts through, and hell, I had to be probably about 5 or something like that, 6 hell when Run DMC was like first started popping. You know what I'm saying? They came to Memphis.
Oh, wow.
And came to my pop's club, man. And shit, I remember my pops taking me, taking me down to the crowd and putting me up on his shoulder. Now, mind you, this is club, you feel me? But he taking me down there, and so I could see it from the, actually be in front of the artists and as they performing it. Man, it was just like I just fell in love with music from that point on, and just started to pick up the pen and the paper, and started doing a lot of jotting down ideas and stuff like that. And a lot of my homies, like we was freestyle, do the whole freestyle thing, and it just seemed like I was kind of like more natural than they were, and they'll tell you that, and it just, man, I just kept on building, kept on sticking with it. Like, I was always around music some kind of way, even messing around with the band, being in the band. I'm like, it just, all this was like part of my developmental state. I didn't even know it. You see what I mean? You see what I'm saying? I didn't even know it. I was just, I just love music, and I was always around it, and like I said, I just kept going. I fell in, like I said, once I did the band thing, then I started getting into little groups. I was in a couple of little groups. We started doing the group thing, started traveling, doing our own little shows, little parties, and putting my music out there, selling it out the trunk. People was gravitating towards it. Like, people started to come to me and tell me, how much they like my music, how much mine stood out, compared to, a lot of other people. And that was like motivation for me. It was motivation. And of course, I started to see a few coins, started to see a few dollars. So shit, it was like, damn, okay, I might have something here. And it just started to grow, man. Like my confidence started to get up. I started to get more motivated, and I just started trying to figure out, like, okay, what's my next move to, how can I better, what am I not doing to, So then I started to grow, figure out, like, okay, how can I start making this money, on a regular, and really started to try to educate myself on the business side. And, it just like one step after the next. And, like, that's something I know, like, I'm thankful for, like, being able to take those steps, because, had I just catapulted to the top of the game, like, I don't think I would be as seasoned as I am. So.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Funny story, man. And then I got some more questions for you, but funny story. So I used to be in a group too. A group called Cash on Demand. It was one of the best groups in Jackson. If you ask me, we won all the contests. But before all of that, our very first show, we were invited to perform at a Stop the Violence rally. Mm-hmm. And our single at that time was about kicking the door in, masked up, duct taping people. And we're at this Stop the Violence rally, and we like with a gun and a mask, and like, oh man. So during the performance, it dawned on me, it's like, what the hell are we singing about? So, but everybody was into it, and I just thought that was so funny, man. Like, we singing about kidnapping and robbing, and it's a Stop the Violence.
Hey, y'all was sticking out like a sore thumb, but in the wrong way, in a bad way.
But the funny thing is, nobody even noticed. And I think that was my turning point, was saying, like, either people are putting on these shows just to make money, or they just ignorant to the fact of content and music. And me as an artist need to be more mindful of the content we're putting out, at a Stop the Violence rally, and all these kids are in front kicking the door into it. 'Cause, you know, we had a little movement, kick the door in, we kicking the door in, they kicking to it. I'm like,
oh man, y'all was wild. Y'all was straight.
Man, we were wilding, man. But it was like, oh wow, you know, you want us to perform? So, you know, that was that feeling. And then, you know, months later, they want to pay us. Like, oh, you want to pay us? And it's like, oh, I can do this forever. So, but going back, you used to be in a group. What happened? Why did you go solo? Or what happened with the group thing?
It was one of them things. It was like a natural progression. Started out in a group. You know, we started traveling together. You know, we had our DJ and everything was going pretty, you know what I'm saying, going pretty good, man, going pretty smooth. And then it just got to a point where, like, my partners, you know, I think they love music, but they wasn't willing to sacrifice, you know. And anybody that know, you know, with this business, with this music game, like, you got to be willing to sacrifice. And I think they just got to a point where they either didn't want to or wasn't willing to. And it's just like they just kind of, you know, kept doing what they was doing, and you know, I kept doing what I was doing, and like I said, mine just I just kept going, and they got to a point where, like I said, they was on some other stuff, but like I said, mine, I just was always around music, so if I didn't know something, I was next to somebody who could, you know, kind of help me with my next move, and like I said, it just kept me motivated, kept me going.
Right.
But like I'm still my guys. They just, like I said, you know, this game, man, it ain't for everybody, man. And you know, only the strong survive, man. Like, for real.
Yes, sir.
So
you mentioned band too. Marching band, or were you in like a
performance?
Oh, okay.
Performance, it's a performance.
What was your role in the band?
Man, I played the trumpet. You know, I did my thing with the trumpet.
Yeah, I hear. I'm a trumpet.
And honestly, like
7 years.
You said what now?
I'm a trumpet player. Playing for 7 years.
I see, that's dope. That's dope. Brass, hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about, man. But like I said, even then, you know, that kind of taught me how to, of course, play an instrument, but it taught me about, you know, reading music and honestly, man, I wish I would have applied myself a little bit more looking back, you know what I mean? But I still think it did what it was supposed to do for me. You feel me? It introduced music to me, like sheet music and stuff like that, where I could kind of understand shit. And that shit helps me to this day, you know, with a lot of stuff. So
you can tell, like, beat per minute, time signatures, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Look at you, man. Musician.
Man,
Can't call you a rapper. Musician.
Hey, man.
Boy, bring out the trumpet at the show.
Hey, why not? I'm telling you, and that's the thing, bro. Like, I mean, glad to hear you say that. Like, not saying I would necessarily bring a trumpet, but if it made sense to me, and I feel like, you know, it could add to my show. And you know what I'm saying? Do some stuff that's out of the box, man. That's what I'm trying to do, man. Like, you know, Durt Boi also made out of the box, man. Like, I'm trying to bring some that the rap game, the entertainment scene has never been done, never been seen, and I know I'm capable of doing it. You know, I know it. I just I gotta get this platform to where I want it, and I'm telling everybody to look out, man. I'm telling you, bro.
So bring us up to date with what's happening in your career right now.
So right now, I had a lot of momentum in 2018. You know, a lot of stuff, and the doors started opening up for me. People really started to catch on to the wave. Mm-hmm. And so I started in 2018. I started putting together my first like real solo project called Apply Pressure. You know, so it's just like in 2018 I basically went back to the drawing board. I rebranded myself, you know, me and my team. Shout out to CNN management, and I really just started, you know, getting my image together, like redoing my music, like just everything, you know, my photos, everything, like, and letting them know, like, this is what Durt Boi is moving forward, polished up, everything like that. So when I did that, like the wave started to, to get bigger, and people started to, to catch on and see what I was doing. Like a lot of my, my old fans, they started to, like really appreciate that. And then I started getting a whole lot of new ones. So from there, like I said, I started putting together my upcoming project, Apply Pressure. And I started working with a lot of new producers, man, a lot of new sounds, a lot of big sounds, just better engineering, just everything, like, do it big, go big, or go home type shit for 2018. So with doing that, man, like a lot of more doors and opportunities started opening up for me. The music just got way doper, like the music was so dope that people was like, like, damn, bro, I fuck with your old shit, but like this new shit, like it's a new wave, and it's really like it's a combination of like, to sum it up, like if I could put it into like a little summary for you, it's that raw, aggressive, a lot of feeling involved, a lot of emotion, on some fucking new, just the 2019 beats and shit. Like with what a lot of the new artists are doing, but I'm putting my flavor on it. So it sounds like Durt Boi, but it sounds like Durt Boi on a lot of more shit that was currently going on. So I think that's why like it's gonna be a hell of a project, I know, and it's a whole lot of dripping going on, and that's throughout the motherfucker, man. So that's the project, the Apply Pressure project. So I want to come out the gate with a bang, and really set the tone. So I want to drop a single on it, and I want to drop some heavy on it. So it was crazy how everything just started coming together for just 2018 coming into 2019. It's like I started working with all these new producers, and the sound was just, man, I'm telling you, just phenomenal. Like I can't wait to have my fans and people get a hold of this shit, because they're gonna be like, what the fuck, what the fuck you been cooking up, yeah, nigga. Like I'm just telling you, this is what it's really gonna be. And then so I was like, man, I wanted to do, like, since the sound was so new and improved, I was like, I want to come out the door with something they really didn't expect. And so that's what I did with with my first single, which is called Trippin. So it's like, yeah, like Trippin, like that shit been doing numbers. It's been going stupid. Like I just got people coming up to me talking about this record, hitting me up, DMing me, talking about Trippin. Like I got some girls that's getting ready to dance to it. Like this shit is it's gonna be crazy. Like I'm talking about crazy. So and then since I'm on the single Trippin, just to kind of let y'all know what the idea and everything, the concept of it. So I hooked up with one of my producers that I normally do work with, by the name of Young Baller, and he out of Dallas, Texas. So that's what's so crazy about it. Like this beat it's a different type of feel. It's like one of them beats that's it's not too up tempo, it's not too low, it's like right in the middle. You feel me? Like the BPMs they just, and it's like that rider shit, but it forces you to move, and it's just got some crazy sounds in it. So like when you hear that shit, it's one of them ones you like, oh yeah, I know what the fuck that is. Like there's nothing else like out there like it. You see what I'm saying? That's the type of beat, when you hear that, I promise you, like, if nothing else you don't appreciate about that record, you're going to appreciate the fact that, oh shit, that's that Durt Boi, that's that Trippin, And so the whole idea behind Trippin was like, I had been going through some shit, like I said, within 2018, some shit that, some small shit for a major comeback type shit. And so like I took something that, like I said, it's catchy ass beat, it's crazy ass beat, but I also kind of slick told a little story within it, with some stuff that I have been going through. And so with that joint Trippin, when I talk about Trippin, like I'm basically telling folks, I'm like, man, I done been through this, I done been through that, all this shit I've been through that I may or may not be still going through, but like I'm not letting that shit stop me. It's like basically I ain't tripping, You feel me? So that's the whole concept and idea behind the Trippin record. Like, it's telling me, like, yeah, like all that shit that I talking about, like, fuck all that bullshit. I ain't tripping. Like, I'm still finna get to the bag. I'm still finna keep it moving forward. And it's like, you know, like my phone blowing up, I ain't even tripping. Hey, my name blowing up, I ain't even tripping. Hey, if you ain't got no love, I ain't even tripping. Hey, 'cause I'm still papered up, I ain't even tripping. You know, so that's the whole idea with, like, I ain't tripping off none of that shit, man. Yeah.
All right, dope. And we're going to play it in a minute. Do you feel like your music is best suited for anywhere else in the world, or do you feel like Tennessee is definitely your musical home?
Honestly, bro, I'm so out the box with it. Like, I'm a international global star that's in the making right now. You know, if somebody was to get a hold of my new music right now, like, they would see that, you know, and they definitely don't get a glimpse of it, or shit, not even a glimpse. They're gonna get a good, you know, a good heaping of it, for lack of better words, and in the Supply Pressure EP that I'm dropping this year. So, man, all I can tell them, man, is they need to just get ready and man, get on the wave now. You know, don't wait till the last minute to try to get on the wave, because I'm telling you, like, I'm applying pressure like never before. Like, I'm not fucking around this year for 2019. A lot of stuff is falling in place for me. You know, the support is there, and that's all I had. That's all I needed. You know, was that support, man. Like, I'm finna make some head spin this year, and quite a few I'm gonna roll out too. You know what I'm saying? But it's going down.
All right, guys. After the music break, we'll be back to put Durt Boi in our traditional hot seat to either hear some vocals, maybe he can sing, maybe does poetry, spoken word, freestyle raps, joke stories, or maybe even a live instrument. But you never know what these creative minds and vessels will produce in the spotlight. So when we come back, we'll find out if he has what it takes to be put on the spot, a test of his true artistry. But for right now, we have Durt Boi with his song Trippin'. We'll be right back.
Young Ball on the beat. My phone blowing up, I ain't even trippin'. My name blowing up, I ain't even trippin'. You ain't got no love, I ain't even trippin'. Hell, I'm still papered up, I ain't even trippin'. Just trappin', rapping, gotta play a trick. Shawty choosing on the player, cause she see him drip. We throw money in the air, we ain't even trippin'. We know you boys capping, we ain't even trippin'. Man, you niggas trip. Man, little buddy trip. Hey, why little mama trip. All in the building. I tell you about these niggas that want something for free. Ain't nothing free, nigga. I need my chick. Them not your boy, I need them cause I gotta eat. And I want it 9, I ain't saying please. And what's up with these butter tripping by the... Man, if you can't trust her, then it's not your... No, that's not your... No, sir, that's not your... Cause when you not around, boy, she still gon' go. My phone blowing up, I ain't even trippin'. My name blowing up, I ain't even trippin'. You ain't got no love, I ain't even trippin'. Hell, I'm still papered up, I ain't even trippin'. Just trappin', rapping, gotta play a trick. Shawty choosing on the player, cause she see him drip. We throw money in the air, we ain't even trippin'. We know you boys capping, we ain't even trippin'. Trip, man, you niggas trip. Man, little buddy trip. Hey, why little mama trip. All in the building. I'm a dog, yeah, I got some missions. I learned from the best, got it from you. Trying to trick a real player, girl, you must be trippin'. How you gon' trick a player when I come from pimpin'? Lying on your poop, talking about your prick. I only ski on your face when I got that bitch. Blowing up my phone, going through my texts. you don't wanna hear it, tell it to your best. My phone blowing up, I ain't even trippin'. My name blowing up, I ain't even trippin'. You ain't got no love, I ain't even trippin'. Hell, I'm still papered up, I ain't even trippin'. Just trappin', rapping, gotta play a trip. Shawty choosing on the flare, cause she see I'm drippin'. We throw money in the air, we ain't even trippin'. We know you boys capping, we ain't even trippin'. Trippin', man, you niggas trippin'. Trip, man, the bus trip, and my little mama trip, all in the field.
All right, and we are back. That was Durt Boi with his song Trippin'. I see what he's talking about, man. I love that song. That song's fire. Who has the biggest comeback of 2018? Meek Mill, Soulja Boy, Tyga, or Durt Boi? That should be the conversation, you know. And when you say, Dre! Oh, man, it's the funniest thing ever. But, yeah, dope record. If you like it, we have the links in the description of this episode. YouTube, dirtboymusic.com, the Twitter, the Facebook. So if you want to connect with them, make sure you click those links. They're in the show notes and in the description of this episode. And they are hyperlinks, so it'll take you right to his platforms. All right, so make it and don't take it. Oh, man. So if you attempt to get what you want by taking it from others, you'll come up against strong resistance. Yes, it can be done, but why even bother? Even if you're able to do it, you can only take what is already there. Nas once said, there is no original idea under the sun. But still, there should be an effort to create something new and exciting. Instead, seek to create something new, and the possibilities are unlimited. When you try to take what you want, people will resist you. Yet, when you resolve to make what you want, you gain the support of others who can feel the power of your dream and your creative power. Now, I will say this as a disclaimer. Sometimes the road to chasing your dreams, to fulfilling your dreams, is a lonely road. You may start out with partners and friends and families who support what you're doing, but after a while they will branch off and you will be left alone. Reason why? And don't be mad. Don't be mad at them. They have their own things to pursue, their own things to secure in this world and even the next world. But that's another story. But still, you may find yourself alone, fighting these battles, fighting these struggles by yourself. And that's okay, because the success, the lessons are in your journey. You won't be able to appreciate the final destination until you go through the journey and say, hey, this journey was well worth it. It taught me about myself. It strengthened my endurance, my tolerance to become the person I am today. And then eventually people will come back and your dreams, your goals will become their dreams and goals, because you're creating a lane, you're creating a platform for them to shine in their own special way. So that's how you got to look at it. I mean, I see a lot of people on Facebook, you know, a lot of entrepreneurs and people, black people especially, coming up, and they're always, you know, complaining about support from their own. And that's okay. That's cool. And I understand the frustration. Believe me, for a very long time, I had one listener. And at the time, I was married, and it wasn't even my wife. So, you know, you can imagine me being bothered, me taking that personal, about not having the support of somebody who's supposed to be my best friend next to me. So I understand the frustration, but you got to understand, too, your dreams aren't always their dreams, aren't always their goals, even though it's supposed to be set up that way. It's just the way that life is. And if you look at it that way, you won't be hurt as much. You will understand that we all have our own lanes and paths to go in this wonderful thing we call destiny and fate. So guys, the choice is yours. If you're selling products, you can fight for a piece of the market share, or you can create your own market by offering a unique benefit that no one else can match. If you're being considered for a promotion, you can try to put down others to, increase your odds of looking better than them. Or you can put that energy and effort in improving your own performance so there is no second guessing about you being the right choice. Whatever you take from others can be taken from you. Remember that. I'm going to say it again. Whatever you take from others can also be taken from you. Remember the game, King of the Hill. So you're fighting and clawing your way to the top, but just because you reach the top and you're the man or the woman of the moment doesn't mean the fight ends, because all those people you kicked down along the way, they're coming back up to get that spot. So it's a never-ending battle, but you can always create your own mountain. Whatever you make is always yours. Take that from me, dini-mussolini. That is my word, and word is bond. But for right now, let's bring back the man of the moment, Durt Boi. You're back live with us and in our hot seat, man. What are you going to perform for us?
Man, I just figured I'll drop a few balls, man.
Nice. Take it.
Yeah. So, whenever? I can do it whenever?
Yeah.
Okay. I just touched down in your city, real hitters fucking with me. Every time you see me, I be on my Memphis Grizzly. Once I reach 100,000, I'ma flip it to a milli, so I can ride around a couple bitches in my Bentley. Shawty fucking with me, she got Durt Boi on her titty. How that ass fat, but her waist itty bitty. I'm so turned up off that yak that it got my head spinning. This Deuce got me dizzy, I can feel it in my kidneys. Nosy ass niggas stay the fuck up out my business before I pop a couple shots. Tell you take that like I'm Diddy. And fuck the crooked police, real ones feel me. How the fuck you locking niggas up for only popping willies? Free McMillie.
Dope. Man, let everybody know where to connect with you online.
Hey, man, shout out to everybody for checking in, man. Much love to you. This is Durt Boi coming from Memphis, Tennessee. Man, if you want to follow me or get in touch with me, hit me up on Instagram at Official Durt Boi. It's Dirt with a U, Boy with an I. Official Durt Boi. Just like that. Yeah.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate your time and your music for coming on the show.
Man, appreciate you too, brother. And definitely, man, y'all make sure y'all go check out that Trippin song and video on YouTube right now at 45K and counting, baby. Yeah.
Oh, man. Congratulations, bro.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Much love. Stay blessed.
Thank you, my Vigilantes family, as always, for checking out my podcast over here at Vigilantes Radio. All episodes are available for free download, and you can grab that from either Spreaker.com/only1mediagroup, iTunes, YouTube, any app that's on a Google Play or iTunes store, or our website. And that goes from every single episode that we've ever aired. If you'd like to request music or a particular guest or send something for me to play, email it to vradio@only1mediagroup.com. If it's music, please label it by artist and title. Here's my disclaimer. We are genre free, we do not judge, and we absolutely do not base our opinions on hearsay but facts alone. And actually, you can scratch all of that because all of my opinions are always right. That's the bottom line. This is my show, so deal with it. Nah, just kidding. On behalf of myself, dini-mussolini, I appreciate all you guys for tuning in, either afterwards or live with us. Spread the word because sharing is caring. We stepped up our game just for you guys and our guests to make sure that you have the best experience here on our show. Be sure to connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, as well as Spreaker. We always follow back. That is the number one rule. Okay, well, just remember to be yourself and be absolutely great at just doing that. Avoid being too comfortable because you're messing with your potential when you do that. Peace and have a good night.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds of the duo No Longer the Hero. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.onlyonemediagroup.com. This is a Seventh Sign Regime Rebirth Worldwide Syndicate exclusive.